guys, so I just woke up from my high speed. Basically this video, it is the 4th today, and I am going to be uploading this literally as soon as I'm done recording this. But last night I had a high speed and we were staying at our haunted hotel, and I did end up recording it. I did capture some footage that happened. There was a bunch of screaming, there was crying. I'm kind of scared to post the video, so if this video does get 200 likes, this current one, I will post the footage and everything from the high speed after Vlogmas. I just feel that that would be more appropriate if I'm more comfortable knowing that people want to see the footage. In the meantime, for today, I'm going to tell you a story. I know this is kind of weird because there's nothing to do with Christmas in this video, except for the fact that this story happened in December when I was in high school. I told this story to Joya and Carly probably when we first, it was one of the first stories I've ever told them in my life, when we first started flying together, and quite a few people know this story now. But Joya was telling me today when I was telling her, I was like, oh, I just don't feel comfortable posting the vlog from last night in the hotel. And she said, well, just see if people want to see it. So if this video gets 200 likes, I will post this video after Vlogmas. So make sure that if this video does end up getting 200 likes, that you are subscribed, so because I might post it at a random time after Vlogmas. So if you want to see ghost footage and you want to see the three of us screaming like little girls and crying and freaking out, then give this video a thumbs up. So I'm going to tell this story. I'm going to try and condense it as much as I can, and talk as quickly as I can, so this video is not a 20-minute video of just me talking. And yeah, so are you ready? Okay, so I was a senior in high school and I was in a special math class, and it wasn't a special math class for being like not smart. It was just a special math class where it was like for seniors only. It was like specially designed for seniors in high school only. So when I was in high school, we had block classes, so we only had 4 classes a day, 90 minutes each. Well, our math class that I was in, it was the first period of the day, or the first block of the day, and it was so full that they had to cut the math class in half. So the first half of the math class, Group A would be learning and Group B would be down in the senior lounge, and then halfway through we would switch, whereas Group A would go to the senior lounge and Group B would go learn. Well, I was in Group A, where we would have class first and then we would go to the senior lounge. So we had all girls in our class. It was literally all girls, except for this one guy, and he was new, so my friends and I felt bad for him, and we decided to, one day, it was literally like weeks later after first day of the year in the class, we decided to be friends with him. So we started school in like August, so I want to say that we became friends, and then like in October we started hanging out with him in the senior lounge. And we would go to class and then come down to the senior lounge, and we would get breakfast and eat and then chit chat and everything. Well, every day when we would be in the senior lounge was like in a main area of our school. So the senior lounge and then this like main hallway, the main walkway in our school was there. And a gym class would go from the main gym to the pool gym. Every single day they would walk by. One day this guy told me that his girlfriend is jealous that he's in here and she's not, because she was a junior, so she wasn't allowed in the senior lounge. And I said, oh, well, that's weird, like why would she be jealous? And he said, because she doesn't like you. And I said, well, that's weird, I don't understand why. And he goes, I don't know, she's just really jealous of you. And I said, there's nothing to be jealous of, we're just friends. And so it was kind of odd that she would get jealous, but you know, high school girls, and still girls today, get jealous. So one day, it was literally like a Monday, because I remember on Mondays we did the Pledge of Allegiance, and so we were in the senior lounge, and I get a text message on my Razr flip phone, and I get this text message, and it said, "Is this Lindsay P?" My last name starts with P. And I respond, "Yeah, who's this?" And the response was, "Listen here, B. If you don't stop talking to my man, I am going to F you up." And I showed the kid that I was in class with the text message, and he said, "Oh, she's not going to do that. Like, don't worry about it." So being the person that I am, commented or texted her back, and I said, "That's not what he said." Probably shouldn't have done that. So my good friend at the time, she was in the math class with me. She walked me to, like, we walked out of the senior lounge after I texted that, because then the bell rang. So we were walking, and I think our, like, changing class time was, like, at least 7 or 8 minutes, because our school was huge. I had 500 kids in my class, so our school was huge. So we were walking down that, like, main hallway, but then it split, and she would have to go this way, and I would have to go this way to class. So she said, "Are you okay? Are you fine?" And I was tough, and I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Like, everything's fine. Like, no big deal. I'll be okay." So we split off, and I'm walking this way down the hallway, and I had my hair in my ponytail, and I was like walking back and forth. I had my books, you know, my purse and everything. All of a sudden, I feel someone grabbing my ponytail and smacking my head against the wall. Need I remind you, the wall is cement, and it's white. And she grabbed it again and smacked me again against the wall. Well, I'm covering my face like this, and I'm screaming bloody murder. Like, she's attacking me. This girl is attacking me. So then she starts punching me and kicking me and punching me and kicking me. And my books are like this, and she's still punching me and kicking me, and there's blood, and she's punching me and kicking me. And then I pass out. Because the way that she was punching me and kicking me, she was punching me upward in my nose, and there was blood, and just thinking about this, it's just so crazy that someone would do this. So I crawled to the classroom, and there was a group of freshmen, like, down the hallway a little bit, and they were just standing there like, "Oh my God, did this just happen?" So I crawl to the classroom, I open the door, and I, like, fall into the classroom. Well, at the time of this, it was like 2008. We didn't have, like, cell phones like we do today. I mean, obviously, like, we did, but it wasn't like that. Like, you know, we didn't have iPads. We didn't have all that stuff. So we still had, like, phones in the room. And so the teacher that I had picked up the phone, called security, and security came. Well, actually, not security. We had, like, real police officers in our school. And they came running down the hallway. They picked me up, and they took me to the nurse's room. And I just remember walking by when we were walking by, when they were carrying me to the nurse's office, that there was, sorry, my camera died. I just remembered that when we were walking, when they were carrying me down the hallway, that there was just blood all over the wall. So we get to the nurse's office, and my face is just covered in blood. And I just didn't know what to say. Like, I was, like, crying, and I just was scared. Like, this girl assaulted me. Like, she literally assaulted me. If she would have came up to me and been like, "Yo, let's fight," I probably would have fought her, because my dad taught me how to fight. Like, he taught me how to defend myself. He taught me my dad was a Marine, so he taught me how to defend myself. Like, I know how to defend myself. So if this girl would have came up to me and been like, "Hey, let's fight," I would have fought her, like, no doubt. So the fact that she assaulted me was just really scary, and the way that she assaulted me is even more scary. We get to the office, and they call my mom, and I just remember that my dad, it was Monday, so he went on a business trip, because he would fly out Monday mornings, and then he would be gone all week until Friday night. And I just remember my mom called my dad, and he was in Salt Lake, And he flew back like that day. Like he flew out that morning, flew out that night to come back to be with me. And I remember going to the doctor and my face was just so swollen, and the doctor took x-rays and he said that if the bone right here, if she would have continued pushing up into it, it would have went up into my brain and I would have died because the way that she was punching upward. So, I was sitting in the nurse's office before my mom picked me up and everything, and I just remember that the police they were looking for her and she was on the run and they couldn't find her, and then all of a sudden they did find her. So she was expelled. She was expelled from all schools in the Omaha area. She wasn't allowed to go to any high schools because like she assaulted me. We went to court with her. We would like press charges against her. We did all these things towards her. I didn't go to school for almost a week because I was seriously petrified that like she would have friends to come after me, and so I didn't go to school. Like I was scared. And then I do remember when I did go back to school that I had a couple days of a police escort, which was kind of cool. And I just remember people treating me a little bit differently. And so yeah, that is my story of getting I would say not my ass kicked, just because I was assaulted. Like I said, if this girl would have came up to me and she would have been like, yo, Lindsay, let's fight because you like my boyfriend, I would have been like, okay, drop the books, let's go. And then it probably wouldn't have gotten anywhere, and we probably would have both gotten suspended because like we were actually fighting. But since she assaulted me, I didn't get in trouble because I didn't do anything, because she literally came up from behind me and smacked my head against the freaking white cement wall twice and then kicked me and punched me. Oh my gosh, that was the scariest day of my entire life, like seriously. So needless to say, that is my story of me getting beat up in high school. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it wasn't too boring of a Vlogmas day 4 for you all, but I will see you. I'm going to start Vlogmas day 5 right now after I end this, so that will be up tomorrow. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye! Oh wait, don't forget, 200 likes and I'll post the ghost stories and the spooky things that happen. Whoa! Another